What is going on, you guys? Happy Friday to all of you. We've got some exciting news to unpack here, especially now we finally got confirmation here of the Legendary Horsemen event in terms of how they're going to be, placed in the game now. I know this has been a very, very, important topic, especially for folks that haven't unlocked the Horsemen and need to actually get them all obviously built up to unlock Apocalypse. This is absolutely huge. So here, as you guys can see, we have the battle plan here for January 6th to January 12th. So there is going to be this Sonic Judgment event where essentially it's just going to be using campaign energy. I believe this is the one that's tied back to the Quicksilver leaderboard. So something we want to be aware of, but it's also mixing in some battle in Cosmic Crucibles, additional bonuses for Superior 6 that we saw in the data mines. And as well, there's going to be some champion Crucible orb fragments that we can take advantage of. Following that, there is also a web milestone tied back to the Incursion Energy campaign spending. So make sure you guys are keeping an eye on that. And again, you can see here now all four of the Scourges, Pestilence, Famine, War, and Death. It's going to be a cadence of bi-weekly occurrences for these events. So this is basically permanent in the game, guys. This is absolutely huge for those that have not unlocked these Horseman characters for Apocalypse. This is a big, big update here. We also have this Mechanical Marvel here, just a quick event here running with the Extreme X-Men featuring Forge, right? So this is the monthly event, if you guys recall, taking advantage of all the milestones that we have throughout the month. They previewed that actually yesterday in terms of how that's going to look. So standard as usual, we're going to be working towards the monthly item events, going through and obviously unlocking each one, and then it's going to slowly but surely add up to that. So you can see here, yes, Sonic Judgment here. This is the 3 diamonds availability for Quicksilver for folks that have been saving campaign energy, Crucible battle as well. We also have this being tied back to Incursion campaign. So make sure you guys are getting ready for that. Remember, it's the one that doesn't have a notification or anything like that. So we do need to manually be checking on how obviously that energy is going to be doing going forward here. We also have, New Generation, this is just a quick rumble here. You're going through New Warriors. Easy does it there. 5 free shards here with Sunspot. So make sure you guys are claiming this today. Once the website's all back to normal. I know it was a little wonky earlier, but making sure that you're claiming that to get the additional shards. He's a 45 shard, which is really nice to see. And then another big announcement here. The new escape from Kyln. So finally some clarity on how this event is going to be detailed. There's going to be 40 levels here, it looks like, in order to escape. And we are only using 3 character squads based on each cells trait, but you can see here that players 65 and above can participate, and we also have some of the rules that are going to be presented here, right? So definitely planning on deep diving and analyzing which teams and synergies are going to be best for these specific cell restrictions, but I like how they labeled it already. I don't actually see a date here, so this is gonna be interesting to see when this comes about, but some of this is gonna bring about some obviously synergies here, theory crafting some of the best teams that can be utilized for this game mode. So I love how they implement some of these new game modes. They can usually be some of the most exciting, and we all really enjoyed Sword Satellite in the last time when those diamonds were initially released. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how far we can go, but I love the fact that it's also 3 characters. There's a lot of creativity for that and how they're spaced and making sure that you're actually using the most of the space, but as well how can you best utilize those 3 characters and min-max them to the best of your abilities, right? So, yeah, exciting times, guys. Exciting times for sure. And then for some of the words include, gear tier 16 to 18. We got training mats, Gambit character shards, red stars, and diamonds. So it's going to be really, really exciting. Hopefully, that's coming sooner rather than later. It sounds like a very riveting game mode that's going to shake things up here. And then some additional clarity here on the Horseman Scourge events now basically becoming permanent, especially if they're recurring on a 2-week schedule. So you can see here, it only does apply for commanders level 65 and above. So typically we would expect this because Apocalypse is a pretty endgame character, so it makes sense that some of these are the best characters and team synergies, especially if you're in endgame. They're pretty all well-rounded, right? But they have fallen off in the meta, but I mean, they're just still valuable teams, especially if we know going forward they're going to be utilized as a requirement and unlock for Apocalypse. But there's also in notes here, new milestone divisions dependent on the number of Horseman character shards. So it sounds like this is going to be a different format, but it doesn't sound like they're changing the actual individual trait requirements of the Scourge event. So it's going to be interesting. I'll definitely take a look at it once it's live, but it sounds like we still need the same Scourge teams and the same requirements, but it's just more so how the number of shards count is going to get rewarded now going forward. and how that's going to be coming about in terms of the as opposed to the original leaderboard where bonus shards were granted. And like I said, I always suspected that the first time they ran these Scourge events were typically the most generous. And then as you go deeper and deeper into the game and you lose these OG leaderboards, I suspect that it's going to be harder, and you may have to build up some of these teams higher than we originally anticipated. So definitely keep you guys updated on that. Hopefully that doesn't come to fruition. Hopefully it's fair at least, or at least they decrease the difficulty of it. But it's going to definitely be interesting for sure to see how that shakes out. But happy Friday, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. We finally got clarity on the Horsemen. Big update. We're starting things off with Forge on the January monthly event. Tons and tons of things going on. I'll keep you guys up to date as I hear more. And as always, appreciate your time and catch you guys in the next one.